Taking a look at exactly what sort of comes when the courier delivers it, you can see that all there really is this absolutely huge box. If I just stand sort of just by the side of it, you can see exactly how big it is. It's pretty plain and pretty bland, but it does have all of the relevant information on there. The Thermaltake logo, the level 10 name, as well as the slogan, and does tell you that it's designed partly by Thermaltake and partly by BMW Group Designworks USA. And it does have this sort of silhouetted design picture on the side just to sort of show you exactly what the product will look like. And now taking a look at this side of the box, we can see once again the level 10 name, and in many different languages it tells you that this is a computer chassis or case. Please refer to our official website www.thermaltake.com for detailed product information. And once you've opened up that box, you will actually reveal this box, which is pretty much exactly the same layout. So this time though, it's black instead of a sort of boring cardboard colour, and it has got the Thermaltake logo up here, level 10, and the information about the collaboration between Thermaltake and BMW. Now instead of the silhouette picture, it has actually got a proper full picture of exactly what the case will look like. And once again, on this side it tells you in many different languages to go to thermaltake.com to find more detailed information on this case. Now some of you may be wondering why we're not filming this on our normal white backdrop so it looks all professional, and the real reason really is it won't fit. As you can see, even taking this out of the case, it's absolutely huge, comes up to almost where my hips are, so we was unable to actually put this on our backdrop, which is a bit upsetting, but you can still see the product itself. So once you've actually taken it out of the packaging, you'll realise that there's two massive blocks of foam on the side and this sort of fabric style bag. Now the fabric style bag features the Thermaltake logo, level 10, and once again the information about Thermaltake and BMW collaborated to make this case. Now once you've got everything out, the first thing you're going to notice is how the styling on this differs from your normal case. You can see that everything is split into compartments, and we'll talk through exactly what all of the compartments entail. You can also see that it has this sort of stem area down here and the plate at the bottom. So as the review goes on, we'll talk about exactly what each of the compartments does and all of the other added features. So let's take a look at the front two compartments first. Firstly, you can see that we have this one here, which has 3 expansion bays for optical drives. There's the Thermaltake logo up here and also a button because it is a flip down style drive. You can also see just below it that we have these extra drive compartments here, which when we take a look at the side of this, we'll see exactly how these come out and house your hard drives. You can see down this side that there is this sort of red stripe following all the way down for that futuristic look. There's a power button, reset button, eSATA port, microphone and headphone jacks, and 4 USB ports. As said, this case is a little bit different to the norm in the fact that it's got these separate compartments. Now, once you've actually unlocked it from the other side, which we will show you, it's just a matter of pulling them open so you can see this is where your optical drives will go in, and it gives you a chance to sort of feed all the cables through here. This one is for your power supply, so it opens a little bit further so that you can actually slide your power supply in, and if you've got modular leads you can sort of play about with them there. Down here we can see that we have all of our hard drive bays, which is just a matter of sort of pulling them out, putting your drives in and then installing them in place. Now once you've actually installed the drives into here, they will just clip in to the relevant connectors which are already present on the case. And lastly we can see that we have this big block here. Now opening this will reveal exactly where your motherboard goes, and it is a removable motherboard tray, and you can see exactly where you put all your motherboard standoffs, and there's relevant cables and connectors in there already pre-installed. Now these are mainly for the 2 fans, which there's one at the back and one at the front. Once you've fiddled about with the case a little bit, you will find that the motherboard tray does come out, and as said, it has got all of the relevant letters on there to tell you exactly where the motherboard standoff should go. There's a fan at the back with a normal 3-pin connector, but also this extender out into a Molex, and the same on the front as well. There are all of your expansion bays, which are screwed. They're not thumbless, so you may have a little bit of trouble with that if you was expecting this to be a thumbless design. You will find though removing the motherboard tray can be quite difficult because it means taking off the side panel of the actual case on the other side and then fiddling about with some of the thumb screws just to get it off. On the other side you'll see that it has a sort of panel and it says System Security Lock. So you get a set of keys that come with it, and these set of keys are just a matter of putting into there, unlock, into there, unlock, and then you can see that you've also got these thumb screws. Now you don't have to take these thumb screws off to sort of unlock the mechanism of the drives and whatnot, but this is to take off this whole side panel so we can give you a view of how it looks. So taking that off, you can see exactly what's inside, and there is a lot of cables and connectors. As we said about earlier, with the drive bays you will notice that it's got the connectors already in there, so they've already sort of wired everything up for you, and it's just a matter of plugging it all into the relevant spaces on your motherboard. So you can see down this end there is the other end of the cable connector. There's plenty of headers including AC97, HD audio, USB, there's Molexes, power switch, reset switches, and much more. You can see from this side exactly where the locking mechanisms come into play. So if we was to sort of take one of these panels apart, you can see that it actually comes out of these little connectors here. I will be honest, it doesn't feel the greatest of quality. I mean, the actual materials used are fantastic, but it's not very fluid and everything feels very sort of stiff and not as flimsy as we'd like. We would like it if obviously this sort of shot out a little bit more fluidly, but to get it out you can see that even trying to get this out it's quite a lot of trouble just to sort of enable opening one of the compartments and actually sort of putting your optical drives and hard drives into the relevant compartment. Taking a look at the back of the case, you can see where the power supply goes in. You can also see where your I/O panel is, all of the expansion slots, the ventilation holes next to it. You can also see that we've got this rear fan with ventilation ports, and you can see exactly where the stand comes down into this base. For all the bodybuilders out there, you will find that it has got a handle on the top. Now, as you can see, if I try to lift it, it's very heavy. This case actually weighs, quoted on Thermaltake's website, 21 kilos. Now, if you are going to take this to a LAN party, it's going to take more than one person to lift it, but at least you've got the carry handle on top. And looking on the bottom, on the actual base of this case, you can see that there's another sort of handle there as well, so you could have one of your friends lifting it from the top of the case and yourself lifting it from the bottom. Now, as said, this does weigh, quoted on Thermaltake's website, 21 kilos, but that is without any components in there. So you add in a beefy power supply, a couple of beefy graphics cards, lots of hard drives, optical drives, a massive heatsink. This is going to be one heavy case, and you're going to be looking at sort of somewhere in the region of around 30 kilos. Are you really going to want to lift it? I'm not.